Hey, Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and today we're getting to some of the free ways in which you can spread the word about your Kickstarter campaign. How can you get the word out there about what you're trying to do and bring those really cool products into the world, raise funds, and really build an entire brand off of this Kickstarter platform launch? We're getting into that today. Welcome back to the channel. Again, my name is Sal, and today, like I talked about, we're getting into some of the free ways in which you can actually market and promote your Kickstarter campaign. So when I was first getting started in 2012, this is one of the most difficult things I'd say in general when it comes to just getting the word out there about your idea. And even before that, like to even just have people around the world be able to purchase your product, be able to fund whatever it is you're trying to do online when it comes to a campaign, whether it's something more creative in nature, it's like a physical product of some kind, or even a board game, right? Just to be able to get that out there nowadays is such a massive blessing, guys. You know, it's really the easiest time in the world to be able to launch a new product into the world, no matter what category you're trying to do on Kickstarter. Even if you're trying to do something more creative, for example, like an album, or you're trying to raise money for a band, right? It's so much easier nowadays to do that, and that's because of the incredible marketing tools we have at our disposal, as well as it's so much easier to set up an online fundraising page on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or one of these other sites. That's really what I spent my career learning how to do and trying to teach you as well, to make it really easy to break the entire process. So for those of you out there wondering how to actually spread the word about your campaign and do it for free or on a budget, let's get into that now. Number one at the top of our list is organic social media. I know we've kind of thrown around that word so much right on this channel. Social media. Go and watch some of my other videos. We talk a lot about social media. We talk about getting people's attention, right? So I kind of want to dial a little bit more into that and really understand what does it mean when it comes to promoting on social media. What does organic social media mean? So there's basically paid social media when you're paying for advertisements, pay-per-click traffic on Google, etc. And there's organic social media. Organic social media is when you're posting organically on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on all the different social channels which are at your disposal. Now, we call it organic because obviously it's free and anyone can do this in the world. Even if you're someone like myself who doesn't really like using social media very much on a personal basis, as a business owner, it's almost like a gold mine because literally you can share your message for free and broadcast this to thousands of people around the world. So even if you don't use social media personally, I really think it's a no-brainer to use this for your business, specifically for the launch of your Kickstarter campaign. Hopefully, if you already are live with the Kickstarter campaign, you do have some social media accounts there. If not, you should start them ASAP because again, this is one of the lowest hanging fruits, one of the easiest ways to spread the word out there about your new product. So when I mentioned organic social media, I'm talking about things like posting on your Facebook page, posting on your Instagram, and also even doing things that are going to get way more people's attention, which would be, for example, doing a live, doing a Facebook live, doing an IG live, posting story updates, inviting people to direct message you. This should be not just like a broadcast communication channel. You should also invite people as well to communicate with you when it comes to social media. So you can be responding to your posts when it comes to people who are messaging you on Facebook or via Instagram or whatever social media channel you're using. You can use this as a way to interact with your fans and with your potential customers. In addition, making sure to do things like engaging in the comment section, engaging in this comment section of other kinds of social media profiles that are similar to yours. So you can also get interest and get people back to your profile. Making sure to use all the easy links that are at your disposal. For example, with Instagram, making sure to use that link in your bio. Using other tools like Linktree, so you can have a bunch of different links when people click that individual link in your bio. I'd also extend social media to be doing other things, for example, engaging in Facebook groups. I would also include social media online forums. I'd include Discord groups, really anything that comes to interacting with other human beings online. I would lump into the social media category. This can be extremely overwhelming when you are first getting started, and also even just to remember to post on social media. So I'm gonna give you two quick takeaways in this section, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. So the first tip is that you gotta use a social media calendar. This is gonna make the process so much easier, my friends. And I know I have a lot of smart students, a lot of smart people watching this YouTube channel and watching this video specifically. However, when you are keeping all that information in your head, it doesn't free up your mind and that brain-solving noodle you got between your ears to be able to solve other problems in your life and other problems related to this actual business, this new Kickstarter campaign that you're running, this new product you're trying to get out there to the world. So get it out of your head, guys. You don't wanna keep all that information in your head. Get it into a proper social media calendar. And in addition, you can also use a software tool like Buffer or Hootsuite to automate the entire social media posting process if you want to. A lot of great tools as well. Let's move on to number two. The next free way to promote your campaign, to market your campaign when it comes to Kickstarter is to do collaborations. So this is actually something that goes back to the early days in Kickstarter back in 2012, 2013, 2014. This was still a major bread and butter way in order to get people to your campaign, and it makes a complete sense. For example, if you got a campaign out there that is live and there are other people out there as well that are launching campaigns, other creators, and maybe they're not exactly in your category, but they're kind of a similar product, or they are in your category, this can be a great cross-promotional opportunity where you guys can both post updates on each other's behalf. You can also, even if you wanted to, announce to things that you have like your email list or to your social media following. So don't be shy about networking with other creators. That's the whole reason why I started my online forum, kickstarterforum.org, which has more than 10,000 members. So you can go there, you can meet other people, you can network with people, and I really set that up there as like a free public service that anyone can go there to kickstarterforum.org and can interact with other people. So cross-promotion is not necessarily a silver bullet, but it is definitely one of the tools in your arsenal. It can develop kind of what I call a fundraising revenue stream while you are live. So make sure to make use of cross-promotion. Think about some of the different campaigns that are currently live, those that are going live soon, right? And you can actually see that within the Kickstarter website, and create a little bit of a plan in order to go and reach out to those individuals. As a simple bonus tip to this one point, it's gonna kind of bleed into my next point as well, which is that you can also do collaborations ahead of time. And this is kind of sneaky, but if you wanna go and watch my podcast that I did with Nomadic, which is one of the major brands on Kickstarter, these guys have done $1 million launches, right? And they came on my podcast and they shared with you all exactly what they did to get their last campaign funded, which is actually partnering with a major influencer, a huge YouTuber that many of you might actually know. And because of this, they were able to do cross promotion. They were able to use a little bit of his audience and influence in order to get funding, in order to get traffic to their campaign. So you can also bake collaboration actually into your launch if you want to, which again leads me to my next point, the next way in which you can get people to your website, to your Kickstarter campaign for free, and that is PR, podcast, influencers, and mentions. You yourself might not have the biggest audience. You yourself might not have a lot of influence online, but the great thing about today's economy, the incredible world that we live in, is that there are many other people who do have massive followings, right? I'm talking about millions of people, I'm talking about even thousands of people online. It really doesn't matter. It's really about having a target list of people that are actually interested in the products which you're selling. Having a target list of people that suffer from the problem that your product actually solves, and also being interested in kind of participating in that creation process. So this is a great opportunity when it comes to next way to promote your Kickstarter campaign for free, is to make sure you're going out there and you're actually having a PR strategy of some kind. So I have other videos out there on YouTube where I talk about PR extensively, where I go into what you need to do to get write-ups, to create a media firestorm, to get reporters talking about you and writing about you. So go and check out some of those other videos that I got out there on YouTube. But that being said, whether that is bloggers, whether that is traditional journalists, whether that's getting included in something like a roundup post, whether that's being promoted by an influencer on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube, these are all tried and true methods for getting access to a massive audience that you maybe don't have access to necessarily, getting them to promote, to drive traffic to your campaign. Sometimes this is for free. If you're willing to do a little bit of networking, if you're willing to also identify how this can be a good fit for the other person, this can certainly be a free posting. And I have seen this and I've documented this on my podcast, many other creators doing this. It also does fall into the paid realm if you're going after some of those top tier influencers with people that are doing this obviously for a living. That can also be more paid mentions. Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfillrite is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfillrite today. Link in the description. The other quick thing that I wanted to mention, and this is like so obvious, guys, is the podcasts that are out there, right? Even just listening to my podcast, you're hearing creators who do have live campaigns, right? There are so many other podcasts out there in the world. I have a great book out there as well, Podcasting for Beginners. Like, I've been teaching so many people how to start podcasts, and most people on this channel aren't even aware of that. Podcasts are starting every single day, and this is an incredible format because you have someone who needs to speak to an audience for a prolonged period, probably 30 to 40 minutes, needs to get into an interesting topic, needs some kind of a story. So the question is, how can you insert yourself into that story in some way. Is that telling a story that relates to maybe the podcast audience? Is that sharing tips and tricks when it comes to maybe putting together a board game so you can reach a board game audience of some kind, some advice, for example, for other people that are just kind of getting started? Is it for a physical product of some kind that you have, talking about the problem, talking about the different issues in the world as it relates to clean energy, right? You can think about this, but you really want to create a media kit, you want to create different media angles, and you want to go attack this aggressively, because again, if you are able to get into any of these kinds of outlets, this is a free way to spread the word about your Kickstarter campaign. The next item, and I believe this is number 4, is affiliate marketing. So some of you might know about affiliate marketing. Most people that I encounter really don't know much about affiliate marketing. So all affiliate marketing is basically that people who share the link to your campaign can be rewarded in some way. And there are different tools out there which you can use to engage in affiliate marketing. One example would be Kickbooster, right? So you can use these different affiliate tools, and also if you're on Indiegogo, you can actually run an affiliate contest right there on Indiegogo itself. There are different tools that you can use in order to kind of enable this functionality, but the basis of it is that other people can promote your product, they can promote your Kickstarter campaign, and they will get a small fee or a small compensation of some kind if people actually go through that link, they sign up, and they buy your product, and that's assessed at the end of the campaign. So this is basically a way for you to incentivize other people that are out there, whether that's friends, family members, people that are interested, your fans, etc., to spread the word about your campaign and also to be rewarded in a very small way for doing that. So all that affiliate marketing means is that other people are sharing this link on your behalf. They're getting a small cut, a small royalty, I guess royalty is not the right word, a small fee, if you will, in order for doing that. And not only that, but you're getting the word out there for free about your brand. So you don't have to pay anything up front necessarily, which can be an affiliate deal where it's more on a basis there, like I talked about, for a fee. The next one that I want to go through is actually something that I talk about a lot with my coaching students. And the reason is that I think that people really undervalue what it is that they're bringing to the world. So if you're someone who's out there and trying to like rack your brain about pricing and how do I position this and how do I get really people to buy into this, this is a great basis for a coaching call. And actually one of the reasons why I think so many people do book calls that can just add tremendous amounts of value to a campaign, even if it is live. So that being said, what I'm talking about is basically how do you get the same number of people to show up at your Kickstarter campaign, but for in scenario A, let's just say you raise $50,000, but in scenario B, you raise 75, right? How do you actually have that same difference, that difference of result, despite the fact that it looks like all the different variables that go into that success are the exact same? And the way you do that is by increasing the order value of those people that are actually showing up at your campaign. The way you increase order value, number one, obviously, is thinking about different ways in which you can package different reward tiers, add-ons, upsells, even after the actual Kickstarter campaign to make sure that it's even more profitable than you imagine. There are so many ways to increase order value, but this again is one of the free ways in which you can kind of market and get the word out there about your campaign and make sure that when people show up, you're really having the maximum order value possible, which again, kind of just shoots up your fundraising meter when it comes to Kickstarter. Number 6, and this is a bonus, is to make use of stretch goals. Stretch goals, man, this is something, again, that's been built into the way in which great campaigns have been run on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And this has been happening, again, since the very early days of the platform. So stretch goals are an incredible way to incentivize people and to maintain momentum and to build interest and intrigue and curiosity as you're going throughout that Kickstarter campaign process. Make sure to include stretch goals on your campaign if you do fit into the proper category. Not everyone likes to use stretch goals. Not everyone chooses to use stretch goals. However, if you have an example where you can kind of expand functionality over time, if you do raise more money, I think they can be very effective. And there are so many examples on my podcast or on Kickstarter itself where you can see people who are using stretch goals effectively to raise more funds. I talk about stretch goals and all these topics and more in my book, The Kickstarter Launch Formula. So this is kind of like the tried and true method for actually smashing your goal on Kickstarter. The things that you need to do from a formulaic paint by numbers basis in order to be successful, the complete Kickstarter launch strategy. You can go and grab this guide on Audible. You can go and grab a copy on Amazon. Audible is actually running a promotion where you can get a free copy of the Kickstarter launch formula. All you have to do is sign up for a free trial of Audible. You can get a free copy of the Kickstarter launch formula. So be sure to include the link down below, and you can grab a copy of my best-selling book, The Kickstarter Launch Formula. So many people have read that book, taken action, and had successful campaigns. That is, to me, just like warms my heart as well that the community can benefit from that information. But also, it is so cool having people come on the podcast saying, yeah, dude, I read the Kickstarter launch formula. We did this campaign, raised 5 figures, 6 figures, and now we're actually being able to do what we love. And some people being able to do what they love full time. So cool, amazing, turning your passion into profit. So again, my name is Salvador Briggman. Hope you enjoyed this micro list. Go check out some of my other videos out there. Come subscribe if you want more content just like this, and I will see you next time.